faster on the beat. Let's get it.
Welcome to the channel once again. This is your boy Brandless back at it again. We might do a special intro for you guys for this video, but if not, this will be the intro. Thank you so much for your support, for your love, guys. Control Enel, man, is the way. What a beautiful journey, man, I had with this leader. I'm so blessed that the deck list that I showcased like a week ago, or a couple of days ago. Man, I took the same list to the store regionals, man, and wow, what a blessing, man. Hey, based on the title, you will know your boy Brandless with Enel Control got his invite to Nats, so wow, man, what a blessing. So guys, here first round we're playing against Kalgara. Here we gotta be, my personal experience, you want to defend early the attacks that only require one card out of your hand, so you keep yourself healthy just in case. If you have Namis on trigger, you can remove their high cost character, their 5 cost characters or less, and also it makes your decisions in the game easy. You know, more you can make your decisions through the game more comfortable. You know, like let's say you have 2 life, you play your first category. You know, instead of being a 1 life. So here, guys, you want to put pressure on their life because in order for them to make lead ability, they need to take a life. So if they don't respect their life, they can go low quick. So I take the second hit. I don't think I have any 2Ks, and that's why I took it. I don't want to give my opponent the information that I don't have any 2Ks in hand, so that's why I took it. If I would have counter, I took it, I would have defended if I would have a 2K there. So so he plays the holy combo. I think he's gonna pull it off, so that's not bad for him. Unfortunately for him, he didn't have it from the deck, but I think he have it on hand. Yep, there you go, guys. So not a bad start. It would be even better if he was able to get it from the top 5, but hey, we can control. Also, I like to see in this matchup my Gedatsus, my Namis, and my Katakuris. Why? I can remove the early game and I can put pressure with those characters. And in this match, like I say, I'm putting pressure on life. Why? Because if you don't respect your life, you can go low too fast, and then I can just rush you down with my aces. But like I say in the deck profile video, guys, I'm gonna leave the link of the deck profile on the description of the video. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. After this event, the only change that I made to my deck is I removed 1 Kid on Com, the 6-call event, and I just put 1 5 cost Shirayoshi just because through the event, good players, they're gonna starve you at 2-3 life. So sometimes Rygo loses the value, but Rygo is still value. Is a card that it makes Enel compete against the best decks. So I'm always gonna play that card at least at 3. I just after the event I went to a locals and I'm like, I'm just gonna put 3 Rygos and just make room for 1 5 cost Shirayoshi just to, you know, at least have an extra 1K on my deck, and also a card that if I triggered it, I'm gonna draw 3 cards into my deck, and sometimes that will help to get me the missing pieces. So here he's doing his combo, he's attacking, he's putting pressure. I laid the Frankie die against this deck. You also want them to attack your board so you can save your resources for the late game, and also you want to save your high cost characters. You want to save your counter for your high cost characters because they're the one that's gonna take you there. So here you see what I'm saying. Now I have 8 dons if I'm not mistaken. So now I can go 5. Unfortunately, he plays that card you guys see. I forgot her name, but on play she prevents your opponent. She prevents one of your characters to attack, so she frees my Gedatsu. So that's why you guys I didn't swing with him this turn. But being at 2 life, him only having 2 characters and now only 2 attacks this turn, it makes my category play even stronger because I'm healthy in life. Now I have my aces, I have my Yamatos, So I'm just gonna go for his board every turn, eat his hand, and once they loses their hand, it's gonna make my math easier for to go for lethal, and that's the game plan. So he plays the searcher, trying to find his pieces. You guys, he countered early, so that was really good for us because they play a lot of events, so it's hard for you to kill them because the events, man, they're good. So yeah, there you go. He can search them. That's really good, man. And I'm not gonna lie, man, sometimes I miss the Shura searcher, man. It's just a free trigger, but it's just, I feel like with all the new pieces that we getting through the sets, it's just, unfortunately, we don't have room for him. Like, you can still play him on an Enel, and I feel like you can do good with him because with him you can search your Enels, you can like get away with playing less events. And I'm always be debating that with my testing partners, but at the same time it's like, I don't know, is it worth it? How the meta develops and how the game is going, but I don't blame a guy. Like, if I see an Enel list doing really well with that guy, I wouldn't be surprised. So here he can technically do, like, I don't think he's gonna, if he wants, excuse me guys, if he wants to develop his board, he's not gonna swing big with those characters. So that's why I took the first hit. So he first has to play the character, and then the attack goes through. So here, guys, I'm gonna defend if I'm not mistaken, because he can play an ace and put me to 0. So you need to study your matchups and also be prepared of what they can play. Here he just play Agedatsu, but if I would have took the hit, I 100% sure he would have played an ace and put me to 0. And you don't want to be a 0. What you want to do is control your opponent board, and yeah. Here have multiple plays. I think like here I go 5 because I can play a Karakuri and bounce the A cost. But I was testing the waters because if he let that go, I would have played my Kara. But he didn't. He defended. He gave me all those resources just to defend that character. So I'm like, okay, so now I had to play the 8, so I'm establishing a 10k on my board. I'm going back to 2, and he has run. If he would have let that character die, it would have be, I just would have played the Karakuri and bounce the AK. So I swim. You at some point you have to put him close to lethal, because what about if he put a lot of pressure and he forced me to go for lethal a turn early that I thought. So having him at 2 life, that's you at some point you have to, especially in this matchup, especially aggro decks, you gotta be mindful. Like if you have the grind game, be patient, always go for board, starve their resources, starve their hand, starve their life, but you need to adapt to what you draw, so that's what I did. That like, okay, I'm just gonna swing for 5. You gonna counter or are you gonna take it? So he took it. He triggered that body. Man, it is what it is. He can put a lot of pressure towards my life, but we have multiple ways to heal. So here he's going, I believe, to my Getatsu, and that's what you want in this matchup. That's why you always attack. Like I say, guys, I'm gonna attack your life, but if I have to. But in this matchup, the starving game to me doesn't work that well, because they're gonna take their life and they're gonna go wide and put pressure. So you need to have a balance where, like, I'm going for your board, but also if you don't have anything rested, I'm going for your life, because I need to take cards out of your hand, and also I need to also hesitate to do your lead ability. And that's why you see me like doing that, that balance where, like, okay, you have rested characters, I'm going for your board. You have no rested characters, I'm going for your life. So here I believe he attacks 5 alive. I defend the first 5 because, like I say, they play rush. They have aces in hand, so they play events like Amaru. He can boost the searcher and just go big and force me to be a 0. So here is not the worst to go to 0. Why, guys? Because I have healing, and now I can go 5 to 5, 8 to 6, 10 to 8, and then I go back to 1. So most likely he's gonna give me his whole hand. to defend the board. And that's what you want because it makes your end game more comfortable. You know, okay, now you only have 2 cards in hand, 1 card in hand. You only have 2 life. I have 3-4 attacks. Okay, now I can go for lethal because they don't play any blockers that I know of. You know, maybe you see a build that plays adapt to the meta and plays blockers, but I think blockers go against their strategy. I mean, if I ever play Kalgara, because it's a fun deck, I would play the blocker, the free blocker, because sometimes you need that extra turn to just kill your opponent. So here, I think he went for my Katakuri. So I'm like, I need to defend my board because I want to put pressure the next turn. So guys, you see here, I don't think I have done my lead ability yet. So that's really good for me. So here, I just rush a card. And yeah. But it's a scary matchup for sure because they can always put pressure on your life. But that's why you bait them in the sense where, like, because I face some Kalgara players that they literally ignore my board, and that can work too. That's really good, and they can force you to be a 0 earlier. But that means all his board is rested, so I'm gonna do the same to them. But to me, I need to go for their board always early because if they have rested characters, because it's just too much pressure. You need to respect the rush decks. If not, and this is a way harder matchup than Zoro. I think Zoro is a matchup that we have the advantage if we see our early curve and our late game curve, because everything they play is low cost characters. I know some builds you're gonna see the dragon, but you can Katakuri him, or to be honest, sometimes by the time they play that character, they don't have any blockers in hand, and you can just go 10-9, and sometimes you just kill him. Or kill the whole board and then just go play a Katakuri, bounce him, and just having a 1 attack and you have 1 life. So it's just, but this matchup to me is way harder because they can play they have a bunch of 7k attack characters. So 8-7, that's only a 2k. 10-7, that's 1 event. You rest 1/3, you get away with it. So that's why that matchup is really hard. But having cards from trigger for like Raigo or like especially Nami, it can really help you in this matchup. So here I test the water. I go 5-5 to see what's good, because I don't think you guys can see his hand, but he doesn't have a lot of hand right now. So he defended that, so that gives me a plus 4,000. So I'm like, wow. But I think he only has 1 card in hand right now and no downs open. So I know that the 8k attack character is gonna go. So hey, that's his highest attack, so you have to do it. And here, I wish I would have an ace. It would be amazing. But you play that, you clear the small attack characters and just heal. And that has a lot of value because if he only has 1 or 2 cards in hand, and so he has to hit me 4 times successfully to kill me. So I have counter in my hand, so I can block 1 of them, survive, and then the next turn I just clear his board. I clear his board, heal again, and they go from there. But if he gives me the opening, like, okay, you have no hand, no blockers, I have my board, I'm just gonna go for game the next turn. That was the key of me attacking that 5 when I put him to 2. And yes, he played that Satori, but he lost in that turn a 2k out of hand, and he lost another card because you have to trash a card to play that Satori. So it was really good for me. So he attacks the Katakuri 9, so I give him up 2k. Still have 2k and 1k, so that's really good. I wouldn't mind him committing all he's done and killing one of my characters because he has no cards in hand. Technically, I think he only has 1 or 2. So you can clear right now one of my characters, and I'm just gonna grind more with you. Be more patient because like I said, I respect the game, I respect the fundamentals, and I respect the strategy, and I stick to the plan. That was my mindset on this tournament. I'm just gonna stick to the game plan, and I'm gonna try my best to always make the to my plays be close to be like I think he's swinging like, I don't know how much. Oh, he put a lot of down, so I think it was more than the counter that I had in hand, and that's fine. That's not the end in the world. Why? Because I can play another Yamato, So here I'm just testing the waters. I'm going 6 to 6. Are you gonna give me that? It gives me a 2k, and then I go 8 to 6. I know that's dying, and maybe he has the event to defend that ace, but I'm gonna establish another Yamato. So what I was saying, guys. Okay, so it was like every time I play. Okay, so I'm gonna stick to the game plan, and I'm gonna stick to the strength of my deck, and also I'm gonna try my best to adapt, and also I'm gonna try. I was gonna make a misplay here, so thank God I'm like, no, I already use one down on my leader, so I just play the Yamato and pass. I was just trying to get more cards out of to my hand, but thank God I didn't do that. That would have been really bad for me, because it would have put me. I would have lost a 2k. What about if I drew two bricks, and then he can have rush and maybe kill me? So my thought process, guys, I prepare. I work a lot on my mindset and my thought process. Like on my mental strength. So I went there. I'm like, I'm just gonna try my best. I was at the waitlist, guys. I went to this event on the waitlist, so I was blessed to get in. I went there early. I wasn't the first to get there. I was like maybe the fourth, the third, the fifth guy that got there. But they made 2 lists. But the list for the waitlist, I was the first to sign up, because they made us sign on a list, but then they say no, you gotta sign another list. In that list, I was blessed to be the first online. But all the guys that was on the waitlist that day got in. So I'm so happy for everybody that got in. But I was on the waitlist, but I was prepared. I work on my mental strength. I'm like, I know how to pilot my deck. I'm just gonna stick to the fundamentals, and I'm just gonna try my best to make the best plays consistently. And that's what I did through the whole tournament. Have you guys seen the first game? I explained it on the deck profile video. The goal for this version of Enel Control, you want to control the tempo of the game. You want to control the opponent's board. You want to eat their hand. So on the late game, you overwhelm them with this. Look at me. I have a Karakuri, a Yamato, and a Yamato in the board. So, so here. Excuse me. Here is attacking my board. I defend. Yes, I give you my whole hand. But now you have 1 card in hand. I have 4 big attacks. I know you don't have 0 cost as your last life, because I know what's your last life. I go 9 alive. And there you go, guys. We put all the dons, and GG's, man. GG's. Alright, guys, so let's get into round 2. Guys, believe it or not, out of 64 players, on my second round, I have to face my homie, John. Insane, guys. Guys, first turn, I'm trying to look for my pieces. I play Flampe, draw 2 cards. The game plan in the mirror match is you want to go second, because you get to play your first ace. But at the same time, it's not like you can go either or. We also have a going first curve that is really good. So what I like to do in the mirror match is to put pressure early, and then starving between 2 to 3 lives. It all depends on my hand. Guys, if you're familiar to the channel, I grind. On my locals, it's always, for the most part, there could be 1 or 2 mirror matches. It depends. But me and John, we usually go to the same locals at least 1 or twice a week. So there's always a chance of facing 1 or 2 mirror matches. So I'll be getting a lot of practice. So here he went Vanish, guys. You guys saw my deck profile. I took that card out. I explained the reason why, and he banished one of my Yamato, so that's really hurts. The reason that I swing first before playing the Gedatsu is because if he triggers another KO effect, he he's just gonna kill my Gedatsu for free. So I just swing first, putting out 2 life, and then kill the blocker. The blocker is really, really good for the late game, so you want to remove that blocker early. So you guys see my hand, guys. I only have 1 ace, I believe so, and 1 Enel. So here my thought process is like, you adapt. Hopefully I drew like Katakuris. In the mirror match, it's really key that you see your high end. Why? Because you want to answer your opponent board every turn, like Katakuri the Katakuri, and after that just play your Yamatos, your aces, and overwhelm your opponent in the late game. But you need to be able to adapt. This game is going to be way different than other games that we play. Our games, because me and him, we know the mirror match really well. We're really both of me and him, we're so good at adapting to our hand. So here he plays, our games can, go different ways. He plays the Nami, man, remove my Gadatsu. That's really good. Now he has his own, he removed my character, he's able to establish his own character, so it is what it is. I'm only going to 7 done, so that's really good for him attacking. He doesn't have to play around my Yamato. So here, guys, I'm debating between either playing my own Nami. I go 5 alive. He takes it, okay. I'm debating here either playing the Enel or playing my own Nami, trashing 1 trigger. The thing is, guys, I don't look at my hand, guys. Bunch of 2Ks, 1 0 cost. I feel like I need to prioritize the Enel because he's a 7K, and I'm also playing around the Yamato. I know right now he's gonna go to 8 dons, so playing the Nami wouldn't be bad. But I just wanted to establish my own 7K hard to remove character, because sometimes that's how it comes down to, like, who has the bigger board. So here, just play the Enel and see what he does. Yeah, man, it's unbelievable, guys, that my second round had to face John, man. We test, man, our journey's beautiful. Like, he went once, so guys, I started the game testing a Malin, and I started meeting really good friends like Joshua, Jose, shout out to you guys, and other people too, Patrick, and we just got there and test, just learned the game. And John once went to the store. He was an ex-Yu-Gi-Oh player. He started looking at us, what we were doing, and we were like, hey man, come through, man, come over, you want to play, we can give you a deck. And I believe that he picks one of our decks and he started playing. He's like, I don't know about this, I like Yu-Gi-Oh. So here, guys, he plays the Karakuri, man. I wanna keep myself healthy. I know I don't have an answer to that, but he attacked and I think he gave me the answer, so that's a blessing. But I mean, at one point I had to draw my hand, right, guys? So he's like, I don't know, but then he keep coming back to us, like every day we go there to test. He keep coming back. So I play my Karakuri, bounce him, and he started playing yellow like me. I used to play mono yellow Yamato, the 5 life leader Yamato, the one that came in the starter deck like a year ago, I guess. I don't know the date, but that's when I started, like around OP-03, beginning OP-04. That's when I started learning the game, playing the game. And me and him, I switched to Kara. He started playing. He built Kara. He bought the Kara cards, and me and him, we were the Kara grinders, and we did so well with Kara, man. I was able to do really well consistently through different sets, and then we switched to Enel, and it's like we have similar journeys, and I'm really proud of him that he always grinding, always putting the work, and yeah, man, I have a lot of respect for him. So here he plays like a Datsu, kill my Flampe. Not a bad play. I mean, you want to establish high-class characters in the late game, but also going wide is not a bad strategy. And that's what he's doing right now. Why? Because now he has 5, 6, 7. He can attack 5, 6, 7 the next turn and play a high-class character. So now I only have 1 character. Now he has 4 attacks. You know what I'm saying? So that was really good for him. So here my priority is to remove that pressure, kill myself healthy. So now he has 4 life now. So now if he Rygos me, he's losing 3 life. And if he attacks my board, if he had to put pressure on my life, he's only going to be able to do at least 3 attacks. And if I keep myself at 1 life, now I can go 8 to 6, 8 to 5, and 10 to 5, or 10 to 6, whatever if he decided to counter. So here, I'm really mindful. I see a lot of nail players that they're good. They know how to play the deck. But sometimes they take the damage lightly. And you need to be mindful and careful when you take your damage. Because you want, and nail is really good leader. But if every turn you're at 1 life and your opponent has a big board, you're close to lethal. So here, I wish that Zero Cost was my last life. But it is what it is. So here I'm taking the damage, but I'm being mindful. Always take your time. Think about it. Take your 30 seconds. Think about, is it worth it for me to go to 0 life if he goes rush? If he plays an Enel, put me at 0. Is it worth it? Right now I have the ace, so I can go, and I have a lot of 0 cost event. But like I said, guys, sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes you're not gonna draw perfect. You're not gonna see your back-to-back aces, your back-to-back Yamatos. So you need to be able to adapt. So right now I'm debating because I'm being mindful. Because now he can also attack with that Onami, guys. You also need to play around that Onami. Of course, if he plays the Onami, he's committing all his dons, so he's not gonna maybe play another character. So that's really good for me. He's not advancing his board state. But you need to be, nonetheless, you need to be mindful. When to go to 0 life. And I'm taking my time because you can lose the mirror match just by being careless and being greedy. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to, because I don't have all the healing in the world. I only have 1 ace. and the struggle is real. The struggle right now is real. Because here I can counter, then he can take I can take the other attack for free, heal, be at 1. But it's just a bad hand, man. Because you don't want all these 0 costs, man. You don't want it, man. You want 1 or 2, you take it, okay. But at this game state, you don't want all these 0 costs and 2Ks in your hand. You want to be able, because if I would have like 2 Enel, 2 aces, I'm like, I take those hits really. But I ended up taking it. I believe I'm gonna trash them now. Because at the same time, I'm able to go back to 1. But right now, I'm asking him for, are you gonna go 9 with Anami? Are you gonna go 8? I can give you 2 cards. No matter what if you go 8 or not, if you go 8 or 7, I'm giving you 2 cards no matter what. So I believe I have 2Ks. Because it took me a time, it took me a minute. I'm really mindful of my decisions. Because if you get overconfident, if you get greedy, you can lose the mirror match in a heartbeat. So here he only has, I believe, 9 dons to do things, right, guys? He put 1 don in his Gedatsu. I took it. I took the leader, took the Gedatsu, right? 5 and 7, right? But now he has 9 dons. So if he puts 4 dons, that means he only has 5 dons left. So I would take the 9 and defend the last one. But this is not, now he has to think. You see what I'm saying? Now I turn the table. Now he has to think really careful, because if he overcommits stunts to his upcoming attacks, that means he's not advancing his board state. And that's why I took my time. I'm like, I'm gonna take this 7. And now now, okay, so you see, now he has 7 downs left. So that means he can do 2 things. I believe Onami is a 3k base character, 3k attack. So he can, with 7 dons, he can potentially go for 10. So I definitely need to defend this one. I give him 2 0 costs. I'd rather have my 2Ks for the late game. It's better to have 2K counter, like 2K counters in the late game, than having 4 0 costs. Because if he goes 5 and you have to give him a 0 cost for that 5, that hurts. So here I keep myself at 1 life, so that's even better. Okay, we top deck a blocker, man. I'm telling you, man, like, the high end don't like me. I mean, of course, I believe on an already, 2 categories, so that's not the worst. And he's not overwhelmed. He's not putting a lot of aces either, but it could get really scary, man. That's why in the mirror match sometimes is who drew better, but you're not always gonna drew the nuts, so you gotta adapt. So here we have to go for the board control. Maybe it would be better for me to play that ace and go 10 to that ace, to that Gedatsu, because it's easier for me to defend an ace than defend a Karakuri. Instead of me going, but I'm like, it is what it is. At least because he can go big to my ace 2 either with that now. He can go 17. So I just, I'm debating. He has maybe 4, 5, 6. He does have a lot of cards in hand. I don't want to give him all that card advantage. So I think we have almost equal to the same card amount, card advantage, or hand count. And I'm like, I choose pass. I believe I'm just going to pass. Yes. So we choose pass. Let's see what he's going to do. So here he has multiple options. He can go 5 alive. If he goes 5 alive, I will take it because he doesn't have any more rush. Unless he plays another Enel. But if he plays another Enel, I can just attack your Enel, 999, play a blocker. But at the same time, you want to keep yourself at 1 life. If you are at 1 life, you can make your decisions and you can manage your resources better, man. So that's why you gotta be mindful, and sometimes taking 1 minute to think, or like 30 seconds, 40 seconds to think your decision, it could be the difference between winning that game and losing that game. So here he commits all the dons to his leader. That's not the worst for me, but that's good for him in the sense like he keeps his NL active and he removed one of my characters. And now if I go full in live, I'm giving him 2, 3, 4 cards to his hand. So that's not bad for him. And I know having here a high cost character is really it hurts, man. It's really bad for me, man. Look at my hand, man. Bunch of blockers, bunch of low cost characters, man. The struggle is real. Because sometimes what you can do is play your Franklies, go wide. But right now, if he plays a Yamato, I'm playing his game. So, of course, sometimes you have to play your curve. You have to make the you have to move the game forward. But sometimes you need to be patient and and you need to know when to like delay, your plays. For example, if in this turn I play my Franklies, he can Yamato one of them. So I'm losing a 2k, I'm losing an attack. So here he capone that. That's not the worst for me. He trying to, because he knows that I have a lot of knowledge in the mirror match, and if he goes to 0 life, it could be really hurtful for him. It could be really hurtful for him because now he's playing my game, But he capone me. He kills himself in 3 life. I was choose. If he doesn't trigger a capone, I was not gonna attack there. There's no need for me to attack there because I don't have a third character to rush. So I play the blocker. If he plays that Yamato right now, the only target he has is my blocker. So he's gonna heal me. I'm gonna be healthy in life, and yeah. Yes, there you go, guys. He heals me, and I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm at 3 life. Are you gonna attack me, or are you gonna start me at 3 life? So no, he's starting me at 3 life. That's not the worst. So here, guys, this is one of the key turns. This is one of the this to me is one of the key turns in the tournament. Why? Because you need to at some point, okay, I play around the Yamato the previous turn, but now I have to put full pressure. Okay, so he capones again. That's a good capone right there, because he but at the same time I have 2 more attacks. Unless I have the Enel rush, I mean the capone is not a bad idea, because if I have the Enel rush, I can potentially put him at 0 life. So here, guys, this is the turn that, yes, I'm at 3 life. You can play another Yamato, kill one of my 4 cost characters, but I'm like, look at my hand, guys. I don't have the grind game. I don't have high cost characters. So at one point, I need to put pressure on him, put him in a time bomb. Right now, he's at 2 life. So if I go wide right now, and because here I was debating to either play a Nami or with a blocker, swing bigger, but like that has no value for me right now. So I'm like, I'm thinking, like I said, guys, my big head right now in the way, man. I'm sorry about that. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just thinking, because every decision, like if you get overconfident, if you get greedy, you can lose the game in a heartbeat. So here I need to put him in a position where it's like, oh my god, do I have to go for game now? Do I have to put him at 0? And Right now, I have kind of the better board because I have a 8K and a 10K, so that's not the worst for me. But it's taking my time because, like I say, man, losing a 2K, man, it hurts. But I'm like, I have to, guys. I don't have any high cost characters in my hand, and I need to end the game at some point, and that's what I'm doing. I'm putting him in a time bomb. So it's either because you have to adapt to what you have in your hand, and that's what I was saying earlier in the video, and that's one of the keys in the mirror match. You play a Yamato now, you kill one of my probably one of my attackers. You will kill the Franklin, right? But you still at 2 life, so I have potentially 3 attacks. And if you go for my life, you put me at 2, and I draw an ace. Oh my god, that's 5, 8, 10, 10. And now finally I have, you know, I still have a better board than you, and I have a lot of pressure for the next turn if you don't die the next turn. So that's the key in the mirror match, guys. Honestly, guys, everybody that knows me knows that I'm a big, like, I'm always talking good about Enel, grinding him. And I be seeing, like I say, my locals, you see a few of them, you know, you see a few believers like me, you know. But what are the odds, again, guys, that on the second round I'm gonna face my homeboy, man? Like, oh my god, man. So here, you know, he's taking his time. This is why it's key to make the right decisions consistently, because now he has to be mindful of what to do. So here I took the first hit. Why? Because I have a blocker. So if you're gonna go put pressure on me, you go 7, I take it. You go 9, I take it, and then I can block. So here I'm taking the hits. You see, now it's because I know I have the board. That's why I'm being mindful to, like, okay, now I can take the hits. I have the blocker. And also, I have the board, so if he plays a 10-drop ace, he needs to be mindful. Because if he gets greedy and go for my life, I can block. I still at 1 life, and now you still at 2 lives, so I can go put more pressure. So here, I decided to do the Rocket Luffy effect, because that could be an extra attacker that can win him the game. Remember, guys, my hand size is not the biggest. I don't have any healing. So you need to be mindful. So here he's debating, as you guys seeing. He's also taking his time during this turn, because you need to be mindful. You know, we play so many different games in the mirror match, and our games always goes different ways, and we're always learning little things to manipulate your opponent decisions and also to give you the advantage. You know, and that's the advantage of, like, grinding a leader and also facing other great Enel players. So he plays an ace, he goes to 3. That's why I also took all the hits, because I know, you know, if I take all the hits, if he goes 10, I can block. I'm still good. I can do lead ability and then block. So here, guys, we drew another 2K. Like I say, man, I was able to establish the Karakuris, and, you know, and to, like, it was like a we you know, I'm not saying he played 4 aces in a row. But the struggle is real, man. Like, you want to see your high end, and I don't think. Well, I was gonna see 1 Yamato and he banishes, so hey, I give him that. That's the advantage of having Onami in your deck. You know, I like the card. Sometimes I can miss it. Like, okay, it's another KO, and it can give you early banish. But like you guys seen, I went more for the defensive event, for the defensive way, the more grind way with the blockers. Because in the late game, they could be the difference. Those blockers could be the difference between you and winning or losing the game. Because yeah, sometimes you lose a card out of your hand, out of your life, and it can hurt. Like, he banished one of my Yamatos, but it was not the worst. You know, I was able to thankfully draw my Katakuris, one of my aces. I also played an Enel early, so you know, like, we play 4 of each, so he's just gonna banish 1 or 2 cards, so I live with that. But that blocker right there, guys, oh my god, so good. So here, guys, I'm just thinking, because I have no healing, so I'm gonna be at 1 life no matter what. But we have Raigo. You know, we have Raigo in our hand, so we can text the waters. If I go for the Enel right now, it's a waste. Because he can trash a life, and I go 10 to 7, then he can counter. Like, You know, like right now the Enel is not it's not a problem for me. Also, the Yamato is a 9K without dunk commitment. And as you guys see, yes, I have a blocker I can play, but oh my god, man, this is rough. This is rough. But if I'm able to remove one of them, you know, in the perfect world, you can remove Enel and Yamato, but because Enel has the protection, it's really hard. And for me to try to like go at a lot of 7s to that Enel, I need to commit all my dunks, so that means I'm not going to be able to do Raigo. So my thought process here right now is like how I can maximize this turn, how I can take cards from my opponent's hands and at the same time control the board state of the game. So, but I'm thinking, cause is it worth it for me to go 8 to 7? I'm like, no. But I'm still thinking, guys, because one little mistake I can give in the game right now. Why? I have no healing. I'm gonna be at 1 life. It has Enel, Yamato, and Ace. You know, so I know I need to do Raigo because I'm not gonna be able to heal. So I go 9 to 9. Give me a card every hand. I don't know how many cards he has on his hand, but because I've been starving him through the whole game, I know he doesn't have a lot. Maybe 5, 6 cards right now, guys. So are you gonna go to 5 cards, 6 cards right now? And then I'm gonna go big with the Ace to your Yamato. That's my thought process. Because are you gonna give me all these cards? Okay, that's fine too. That's not the worst. And if you give me all your counter, like right, you keep your board. I keep myself at 1 life. You know, I block, counter. Maybe I don't have a lot of hand, but now you have no counter for the late game. Maybe I face some players. Sometimes they have all the counter, man. I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is, man. Sometimes in the mirror match, your opponent see all the high ends and he sees all the counter, and it's like there's nothing you can do, man. And it's like, okay, it is what it is. I played once Brandon. I made a misplay. I should have went for game with the flampe, but he had all the counter, bro. It's like, come on, bro, chill. So here gives me a 0 cost plus another card, guys. That was amazing, amazing, man, amazing. I'm going 9K to 9K and you give me 2 cards. That's a plus. So now I'm like, hopefully he let her die. That means he doesn't have a lot of counter. He still might have, because 0 cost will be 12. He will need 2 0 costs or a 2K. So so that will be another 3 cards. So he let her die. That was a key turn for me. That's why you ignore the Enel, because the Enel, he can protect it. And that's the thing, guys. He can protect the Enel. And yeah, so I go 5. I'm like, I need to pull you close to lethal no matter what. I know now you can go 5, 7, 10, but I need to pull you close to lethal because I don't have any high cross character in my hand. I don't have any healing. I need to end the game as quick as possible. Also, I believe we get to time in the late turn, and that's also another thing. Guys, if you go into time, you need to have a game plan. You need to, okay, this is my hand, this is my board. You need to be confident of what you're gonna execute in the coming 2-3 turns, because it's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3 and it's over. So I know I'm getting when they say time, I think I'm getting the last turn, because John was 0, I was 1, he was 2, and I was 3. So that's another thing. If you're gonna have the last turn of the game, you need to be super aggressive towards life, because if I'm able to put him at 0 life, I'm winning by the time rules, in the sense I'm gonna have 1 life and he's gonna have 0. Even if I didn't have lethal, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I put you at 0, I pass, yeah, it's over. So I learned that through my Perona events, when I was doing my Perona Store Regionals events. Perona Store Treasure Cup Perona's events. I learned a lot about the turn rules, because I won a few. I wasn't familiar about the turn rules. So, you need to be, because sometimes I have lost by the turn rules. Sometimes he has lost by the turn rules. So we learn a lot because of the turn rules. You need to be sure what you're gonna do. So here he swing 5. I believe I counter that 5. He didn't swing with the board because he wants to. He doesn't have a lot of counter, but he's healthy in life. But I believe he's gonna have another turn. It's gonna be, guess he was 0, then I was 1, and that is gonna be 2, and I'm gonna be 3. So guys, like I said, on the time rules, when you know, you have to go aggressive on his life. Of course, if they have lead on you, okay, you gotta go for a board. You don't wanna just lose the game a turn before. But here he's giving me the 0 cost event. He's giving me he's giving me all the counter that he has. So that's really good for me. That's why I'm going 7. I feel like at this turn, because I remember what I did here. I should have went. My last 2 attacks should have been 8 and 8. That was a misplay of me too. I will tell you why. Because if I go 8, he has to give me the 0 cost plus another card. So my first 7, that was fine. But because I'm not gonna play anything else, I'm not gonna do Rygo. I'm just gonna play that blocker, if I'm not mistaken. I still have 2 downs left. I mean, I guess I went 10 and 10. But it's more value for you as a player to go. Oh no, I went A. Okay. Okay, I remember now. Okay. So yes. So here, yeah, I didn't use 2 dons. Like I say, I'm adapting. I didn't, since he gave me those 0 costs late earlier, I didn't thought he was gonna have more 0 costs. So that's why I went 7s. But honestly, looking back, you know, passing a turn where you didn't use your dons, that was a bad management for me. That was a poor management for me. So what you should have done is, you know, I'm playing the blocker. I knew I was playing the blocker, no matter what. So just take advantage of your dons remaining and swing 8 instead of 7. I should have went 7, 8, 8, and 10. Because then he would be at 0 life potentially this turn, because he doesn't have a lot of cards in hand. But here's going 5 on my board. So here, guys, I know this is his last turn. So here, my only win condition here, if I'm able to put him at 0 life. So here's going 7. I'm debating to give him 2 2Ks or the 0 cost and 1K and 1 2K. So I'm just giving 2 2Ks. It honestly don't matter because I'm having the last turn. I block. If he plays an ace, I'm gonna block again because my win condition right now is gonna be my board. And that's the key, to have knowledge of the time rules in your matchups. Okay, we're going to 0. You know who's having the last turn. Okay, adapt to that, execute, and be confident about it. So now, yes, he can trigger a Capone. He can trigger stuff that can help him win the game no matter what. But it is what it is. You know, it's risky, you know, but go for it, man. It is what it is. Like I said, the previous turn I should have went 8-8. Maybe he would have been at 1 life right now. He probably would have been at 1 life right now, and that would be way better for me to do the math. But also, I didn't attack with that 10 drop ace the last turn because I didn't want to. I mean, it just filtered his hand. Why attack if I'm not gonna put him 0? If you're not gonna put an L at 0, just keep it leaving at 1 life. There's no need to allow him to filter his hand. So guys, I'm just going 10. I went 9-9. It is what it is. And then 10 and 10, man. But here, you know, we say it didn't matter. If you go to 0, it's over. Yeah, there you go, man. And yeah, I go 10. He has the counter now. It don't matter because I have the last turn. So GG's, my brother. Alright, guys. So here we are, round 3 versus Rob Lucci. So in this match, it's a match that I like to see my categories if I'm going second, so I can category their geckos. I also like to, if I see my rush, to be aggressive. After this tournament, all the testing, and shout out to Tristan. I met him at Lobos. This tournament, I believe, was on a Saturday, and then on Monday I went to Lobo Cars, and Tristan is from Miami. Shout out to you, man. We play, we have fun, we play test after the tournament, and then you know, we wish sharing some theories, some strategies, and I feel like after talking to him and the testing, I feel like if you win the dash roll against Lucci, you don't mind going first. So here, you know, I went second. I wish I would have had the blocker early. I like to play that blocker early just to keep myself healthy. But the more, he's a great player. He knows how to play against me, and he knows how to maximize his curve, his cards. I just play my Gedatsu, remove the Kuzan, and go for 6. We're gonna so after talking to Tristan, man, hopefully I'm not killing your name, brother. He, going first allows you to be more aggressive. And if you play your Enel, okay. So if you can get that to anything they play on the 4 dawn. Then on your 7 dawn, you can swing 5 and 7, establish a Enel. And then after that, if there's still a 3 life, most likely, you can play. Let's say they do the Gecko play, they bring a blocker, and you still have your Enel. You can like play Yamato, kill the blocker, and swing 7 and 5. And then after that, they're gonna starve you at 2 life for the most part. Here, he's just doing the Lucci play early. He's killing my Gedatsu. And then after that, guys, you can just be the aggressor. You can just play more Enels. You can play your aces and just push for life. Literally, just ignore their board and you go for their life. And that strategy can work consistently because Lucci the Lucci strength is they can remove your board and also go establish their own board in the process. But if you can establish 2 Enels, early removal, like early aggression, and they're not gonna be able to keep up with it. So even if they issue you, they Gecko you multiple times, you can just be super aggressive. And also, you can be aggressive early, and then if you don't have the Yamato curve or your ace curve, you can choose Karakuri their first Gecko and go from there. But you're just having a 7k at every turn that they cannot remove. And if they can remove it, but they need to waste a lot of resources. So here we choose trading board. I'm going aggressive towards their life, and at the same time I'm removing their board, and that's what I like to do. I usually, if I win the dash roll, I like to go second so I can take the curve out. But like I say, guys, analyzing, testing here, look, he issued me, and that was really key in this matchup because he's able to remove a counter and my second Karakuri. I feel like if I was able to keep those Karakuris in hand and maybe draw a third, I would be fine in the long run because he's starving me at 2 life. So I'm healthy. So imagine he's starving me at 2 life and I can play my Enels early and then I Yamato. It's looking good for me. Maybe instead of him issue me that turn, he has to Gecko me to play a blocker or play more defensive. So here I have multiple plays. So I believe I have 10 dons. A play that I could have done, I could have went 5 and 5 and then play the ace, go for 10. But at the same time, I have the Karakuri. Oh, never mind. I'm doing the Karakuri. I got a turn ahead. So here I'm gonna Karakuri. That's good, man. You Gecko up to me, Karakuri. So let's say you don't see your rush. The way I beat Lucci consistently, I need to see my Karakuris. Because if you're going second, if you can Karakuri everything they play, every Gecko Moria or every high A cost character, you're taking control of the tempo. And even if they, like I said, if they're Gecko first, then you Kara, then Gecko, Kara, Gecko, Kara, then at the end you have Yamatos. They're going to be healthy in life, so you can kill a 4 or less, and then you have your aces for the late game to heal and put that pressure. So that's the mindset going second. But if you're going first, oh my god, you can do the same thing but be more aggressive and establish an Enel on your 7 done. So I'm gonna be, I'm always grinding, I'm always testing, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just sharing all the new strategies that I'm gonna be doing. I've done it in the past where if you see my previous games that I just rush down on a Lucci player. But now, man, I just feel like you just got a mulligan for your Enels. Go first if you win the dice roll, or even if you lose the dice roll, they're most likely gonna go second for the most part. Man, Enel has more value than Rygos and Karakuri in some aspect because sometimes you're gonna be too fast for them to set up. Because the late game for Lucci is so good if they see the cards. So here he's Ice Age, I believe. He minus my character and he's gonna remove it, and that's really rough. Because right now I don't have a Gecko, Karakuri to remove that Gecko. If I was able to Karakuri this oncoming turn, it would be way better because he probably would have swung my life, and then I would be able to do Rygo to the 3rd Gecko. If he plays a 3rd one, you know what I'm saying? All right, so here I'm just okay. So this is the turn I got ahead of myself. So here I could have went 5, 5, and 10, and that's a lot of pressure. Maybe he removed my board in the next turn, but potentially, you know, he has to waste a lot of resources to remove that because it doesn't have a jack established, and my ace is a 10k. I can still do it later. I can still do what I think I ended up doing. I'm thinking, you know, like, okay, should I just do that? But I'm like, man, that gecko is gonna be a problem if he plays another one. But honestly, man, I think that play was way better than I ended up doing. Because if I would go 5-5, I'm potentially eating 2 cards out of your hand. Maybe he has bricks, and he has like 4 cards in hand. So if I can go 5, he takes it. Then I go 5, he takes it. He can potentially be at 0 life. Well, he has 4 life if I'm not mistaken. So he can potentially be at 1 life. And then you forced to play a gecko and be defensive. Now if you have the Ice Edge, you can remove my ace. But I feel like you need more pieces. Well, yeah, with Rebecca and well, he needs Expanded, that's his name, on the trash. I don't know if he has it right now. Apologize for the little, it's the light doesn't let me see his trash properly. But yeah, I think looking back, and that's the advantage of being super aggressive against Lucci. Because here, if I would have went 5, 5, and 10, if he has bricks, I don't think he has bricks, but he could potentially be at 1 life. Because let's say he takes the first 5, he counter the second one. Okay, you are 2 life. You play your second gecko. If you don't have that spam or enough removal, it's gonna be rough because I'm not attacking your board. So you play a gecko. Well, you can put back the, because I feel like if you play gecko, yeah, you have to choose both targets. So you see, he takes that one. Then I go 6. I think he countered that one. But it will be way better for me to just go 5-5 and play the ace, because the play I'm gonna do, I feel like it's just I done in the past and it can work if I have more answers to your other geckos. But if you don't have no answers for their, let's say he has another gecko, if you don't have no answers for the second gecko, just put pressure on their life, because they're forced to play defensive. And let's say he puts you at 1 life. Then let's say I play the ace right now, right? I would have went 5, 5, and 10. Then I have a Rago in hand. I have a blocker. So next turn, he's probably going to attack my life. I doubt that he's going to starve me still. He might do it. But if he attacks me once, I just got to block. I just take the first one, block the second one. For him to kill my ace, he needs to use this done. So most likely, he's not going to swing 7 with a Lucci. But you see here, I lost a life. I didn't advance my board state. Okay, I played the blocker. That's not bad either. If he didn't have a third gecko, he's gonna play another gecko now. If he didn't have that third gecko or second gecko, I would be fine, because I play my ace, and now I'm putting pressure towards your life, and now I have Luffy removal to remove your blocker, keep putting pressure, and all that shenanigans. Yeah, that's what I feel like I should have done. I should do it looking back. Because what you want to do as a player, you want to maximize every turn, and you want to make sure, you want to like penalize Lucci players when they have all these like geckos in hand, all these dead cards in hand. And a way to penalize Lucci players when they have all these broken high-end cards for the late game is like you go super aggressive towards their life, because they can have a big board, but you just put in pressure every turn. And then you just outpace him. Yeah, just faster than them. Because if they set up, it's so good. Look at now. He plays a second gecko. You know, if I'm not mistaken, he plays the Rebecca. And maybe he didn't have the removal this turn. What about if I can keep my ace? Okay, you remove my Nami, but I still have 5 and 10 on board. And I would have played the Luffy, the Rocket Luffy, kill that Rebecca, and go big twice. And maybe you are 0 life. And that game might change the whole game. You see what I'm saying, guys? If your opponent has all the answers, he has all the answers. He's a great player. He saw everything. He played really well. But I'm saying, looking back, you analyze, you know, watching the game, analyzing with you guys. You think, and you're like, okay, I could have done this. Okay, now he didn't do anything else. He played the Brooks. But now, look, I drew a Yamato. But imagine if I would have kept that ace on board. now I have a Yamato where I can kill your Brooks. I can go 6 and 10 towards your life. Or I choose ignore the Brooks, play Rock a Luffy, draw an extra card, go and then I can go. I can play. Do I have another blocker in hand? I don't remember. Let's see. I don't think I have another blocker in hand. But I can just go super aggressive towards. He would have 0 life right now. We're just talking. In a war that he didn't remove my ace the previous turn. But what about if I have an Enel? I can just super aggro you down. So here I heal. I go 6. Not the worst play. You're still asking cards out of his hand or the blocker or a 2K. But like I'm saying, looking back, those things I could have done it better. But if we, as an Enel player, guys, if you're able to answer their geckos, you're gonna be good at the end game too, because you can always be aggressive on the late game. That's why, like, what I usually do, if I win the dice roll, I go second. But I'm always trying to find different ways to be more consistent, to find different strategies. Like I said before, guys, I'm a student of the game, and now that I'm talking to different players, doing this type of events where it was 64 players round, guys, and be able to top 4 there and get your invite was a blessing and all that. But there's always things you could have done better in the games. There's always things you can learn, so watching this game, remember the game, the plays that I made, rewatching it with you guys. You see, he gave me the blocker, so that means he doesn't have a lot of 2Ks in hand. So that's what I'm saying. If I would have went more aggressive that turn, maybe right now he would be at 1 life or 0 life, potentially. So now, okay, you might have back-to-back geckos, but now I have an ace, I have a Yamato. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much pressure. And that's what you gotta do against Lucci. Now, if you don't see your rush, what you do is you just play your curve, you play your Katakuris, and you remove every gecko they play. That's all you do. Because if you're able to remove their pressure, now your Yamato has value still in the late game. Okay, they play Sabo and Rebecca, that's fine. You plan an L, go full aggro. Or you plan Ace, go 5 and 10. And then you go from there because they're stronger. Okay, they have a lot of strong cards. And here I should have took the hit. Looking back here, I should have took the hit. That's one of the things that I remember after the game. I'm like, I should have took more damage. Or don't, because if he attacks with the Lucci and the 9 cost Gecko Moria, I can always block. But here, guys, he have the Ice, unfortunately for me, and now he has a 3rd Gecko. I think this is the 3rd Gecko because Arrigo 1, he plays the 2nd one, didn't kill it, and now he plays a 3rd one. I think he trashed one, but like I say, if I was able to remove all his Gecko, I would be fine without being that aggressive early. So like I say, I feel like we have 2 ways to beat Lucci. Go super aggressive, and also remove their geckos. That's just, so you have 2 ways consistently to beat them. And also every game is going to be different. Like I said, the previous turn I should have taken that hit because I have an ace, I can block, kill myself healthy. Maybe I drew a gecko, a Karakuri, and maybe I can remove one of them, play a 2nd blocker, and go from there. There's so many things I could have done. It could have went my way. But right now, it's looking downhill for me. Why? I don't have a lot of cards in hand. He still has 2 life, and now he has 2 Luccis, 6K Luccis, 2 9K geckos. So this game is looking really rough for me. My only chance is to maybe putting a 0 life, and hopefully I can just steal a game from him. But right now, he played really well. And shout out to him, man. He played really well so far, and he has the advantage. It's just too much. Now I play ace, I'm not getting value on my ace. Why? Because if I go to 3 life, you're still healthy. So here, you're probably going to defend. You have to. But again, that was a mistake of me. Again, because I think I played the 10 drop and I heal. I mean, he has the board to kill me, to be honest. That's why I did it. But like I said, guys, if I would have utilized my board better earlier, by going more aggressive towards life, maybe I would have, cheat 1 ace, because that can happen to them. Sometimes they don't have the Ice Age. Sometimes they don't have enough removal to remove that ace because it's a 10 drop. So now I take it. no triggers. Man, right now I'm playing his game. He's a really smart player, and he's just attacking my life, eating my resources. I need to be mindful because he can just kill me in a heartbeat. But honestly, I should just take up these hits and then use the blocker. That's like I say, looking back, I could have managed my blockers and my taking damage early better. You know, I need to maximize that I have a blocker on board. So they're giving me 2 cards. It was a wrong play. Why? Because I take this hit, right? Maybe I trigger a Capone or something that prevents an attack, or just getting another card out of on my hand. Maybe a Karakuri, and then he goes here 5. I can counter because he wants to develop his board state. He wants to do more stuff. So I definitely should have took that and go from there. Because I would have maybe 5 cards in hand, and maybe I can draw an ace, a Yamato, and go from there. So also there, guys, you know, because at the same time, like, I'm in a lose-lose situation because he has the board, guys. No matter if I would have take the damage, block, he still has a big board. So I was defending, but to give yourself a better chance to maybe overcome this board, you need to take some damage so you can see what you can trigger, and maybe you drew the answers that you need to at least slow him down. But right now he has the better board. So he has another Ice Age, and then he plays that from hand. You see, what about if I would be more aggressive? Maybe he wouldn't need to use that extra minus 2k or 3k as a counter. You see what I'm saying? The ability of being super aggressive. Because maybe he didn't have that. I forgot her name, but I think she's a minus 2-3. If he didn't have that right now, that ace would stay on board. And now I drew, let's say I drew a healing or a Yamato, you know? But he did it really well. He starved me. Like I say, I should have just take those hits, use my blocker if I needed to. But it is what it is. Here, my best play is to go all in one of the Lucci because he has too many attacks. But right now, I'm playing his game, guys. So hopefully, by you know, us watching this, we can get better in the matchup and do that. But yeah, man, he goes 7. It's too good. Now I'm playing his game right now. It's just he has 2 7s, 9 9, and something big. So literally, there's nothing. I might survive this turn, but I have no hand, I have no board, and he has 2 life. So looking back, guys, I should have went more aggressive, play that ace earlier. You know, ignore the board. You just gotta adapt. If you don't have, I will tell you this simple. Be aggressive, right? If you have their grind game, okay, you remove everything, you go for their board, you play the long game. But if you don't have a way to remove their gecko, instead of losing 1 life and doing Raigo, let's say they have just be aggressive. Just go super aggressive. You know? Because if they are 0 life, they're forced to play blockers. And he has the Sabo. It's a wrap. You know, I mean, he has 2 lives, so even if I had Yamato, I'm not going to be able to kill anything. So right now, I go 6 lives. I mean, 6 there. I mean, I'm playing his game, guys. But, well, you guys know by now, I lost this game. He was undefeated. He went undefeated in the story. You know, shout out to you, man. Great player. He earned it. He played really well against me. I'm just analyzing things I could have done better. Things that maybe would have given me a better chance. But when I analyze things or say, oh, I could have done this, I'm not taking away nothing from him. He played really well, and I'm proud of him, man. He's a great player. Always, you know, it's always, you know, a great vibe. So, man, hopefully I see you on Nationals, and you can also do well there, man. There you go, man. Again, GG's to all the players that I've faced so far, guys. Putting a great game. So, you know, guys, we just came out of a loss. We're like, our thought process is like, okay. I was like, okay, another mirror match. Let's just stick to the game plan. Let's keep grinding. And let's try our best, guys. Not always you're going to do well at your locals, at your store regionals, at your regionals. But you can always try your best to learn, to compete, and to get better. So here, guys, the mirror match. I think I won the dash draw. I decided to go second, so I can play that blocker on curve. You know, just in case I draw it, I like to, you know, play that blocker on curve. I drew another one that's really, really good. I go 7 alive, and then I decided to play another blocker. That's a really good early game for me. You know, guys, I'm always trying different builds. You might see me at locals playing different tech choices because I'm always trying, even if it's only 1 or 2, 3, 4 cards, I'm always trying different things to see, you know, what works, what doesn't work, or things that can make me win games in different scenarios. So here he plays the Rock Luffy. I don't think we have a Nami to answer it, but he's being super aggressive towards my life. Seems some Enel players that they like to do that. They go more for the aggro. You know your boy Brandless. We play control, so yes, we can be aggro if we need to, but we like to control it. Our goal is to control the pace of the game. So here, man, he triggers an Onami. I mean, he heals me, so that makes, when you're healthy in life, it allows you in the mirror match to make more comfortable decisions. You know, because you know you're more healthy. So, excuse me, I play my own Luffy and pass. The reason I also went aggressive is because I attack that turn is because I'm trying to play around the Yamato. So because if you have 4 life between each other, he's not gonna kill my Luffy, my Rock Luffy. So he's going 7 alive, he's going super aggressive. You see, I didn't even trigger the Capone because I'm like, okay, you wanna be super aggressive, that's fine. I have the blocker, I still have the blocker. So he plays his own Nami. That's a really good turn for him because he's able to switch to now has 2 characters and remove my own. So that was a really good turn for him. And also, like, if you go super aggressive towards Enel and Enel doesn't have like any grind game, like his healers, it can get scary for sure. So here we draw Raigo. I think we have only 1 ace in hand right now, but we have an Enel. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try to KO that Rock Luffy. Hopefully he doesn't defend it. But that's my best option. I mean, I can easily go A instead of going. I might go 6 first. Taste the waters. Because the good thing about having a Monkey D. Luffy on board, the Rock Luffy, is that your Nell doesn't have the removal of protection. So if there's if you control or your opponent control, as long as there's a Monkey D. Luffy on board, you don't have, Enel doesn't have protection. So he letting that die there was really good for me because now he only has 2 attacks. I think he's gonna go to 9 done. So even if he plays Yamato, he's no healing. He's only killing my blocker. He's gonna make me be healthy again. And at least I have the Raigo and I have the Ace also, so I can adapt. But my hand is a bunch of 2Ks. I'm just defending. Guys, sometimes we're not gonna see everything, just don't panic. So here I feel like I'm gonna take it. Trigger the Franklin, that was really good. I think I'm gonna give up the Raigo way because he's going super aggressive. So I heal first, then you discard for cost. That's the reason I'm debating, but it's being, since I know I see his habits, I need to have counter. But he plays Karakuri. He's trying to bounce my Enel. And this is a bait because if I go to 0 life next turn, it should make my life harder. But I'm debating what to do, because if I go to 0 it's not the worst, because if I go to 0 I can play the Ace, kill the Yamato, I'm sorry, kill the Nami, try to kill the Nami. I can go 5-5-7 to the Nami and then play my own Ace and go back to 1. But I need to be healthy so I can make my decisions more comfortable. So here I choose draw Nami, man. I think I have a second Ace. Okay, no worries. I have 2 Aces. Okay. Because, man, sometimes, man, you just be drawing 1, man. And that's kind of rough, you know. You need to see your cards. But I go 5. He let it die. So that's really good for me. Since I don't have any removal for that Karakuri, I can do Flampe. That's what I'm debating right now. But now I'm healthy. We both have... Okay, so now I have kind of the board advantage. The only bad thing is if he plays Yamato, he's going to kill my Franklin. But I was willing to make that sacrifice because... I can still play another Ace the next turn and still be healthy. So here he do Flampe. He raggled my first Ace. That was really good for him. And let's see what he does next. Like I said, guys, you need to adapt to your hand and you need to adapt to your opponent behavior. So he goes 8 alive, and hopefully I draw a Kara. And yes, thank God we see a Kara. This is what we really needed this turn. We still healthy. And so yeah, so now you pay A, you play that Kara, and I don't think I'm gonna attack, because if I put him on 1 life, now he can Raigo my Kara for free. He can, I mean, the only good thing of having there, keeping him at 1 life is like if he doesn't have any healing. Let's say he has the Flampetus to draw the Kara. If he has 1 life, that he's gonna go to 0 life, so he's forced to heal himself. But I go into 5 alive to text the waters. He triggers a Franklin. What I usually do is no attack there, but I want to force him to give me cards out of his hand. So that's why I'm probably going to swing with the Franklin now. Probably swing 7. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to bait, but I think I'm going to go 5. That's crazy. I definitely should have won 7 here. Oh, I'm playing the ace. Oh, okay. So since I'm debating here, because since he triggered another attack, I'm like, I want to force you to be at 0 as early as possible. So now you're forced to heal. You know, that's what I'm debating here. But honestly, what I should have done is swing 7 and then do the Kara. He probably was gonna know. He probably was gonna know. That's why I swing 5, choose to bait. Because if you put 2 downs, your opponent knows he's gonna heal you, so you just take the hit. But at the same time, do you wanna be at 1 life? So that's the debate. But I'm like, I want the board advantage. I was gonna go rush, forcing to go to 1, but I'm like, I need a board advantage. You know? So he plays the Kara, he heals me. And I'm like, okay. But that's why I like, it took me a moment, but you need to be mindful of what you do, because honestly, I like to grind the game. In a sense, that's my build. So I'm like, I'm just gonna put pressure. I'm just gonna like go for your board, you know, and it is what it is. You know, I still have another ace in hand, 2 aces in hand, so that's really good for me, because I have the grind game, you know, and I have the rush for the late game. So now you just play that, draw 2 cards. If you play Flampe, draw 2 cards, and play your own Kara, you heal him. Now you starve him at 3 life. Why? If he Raigo, he loses 2 cards. If he plays his own ace, that's fine. I'm still I can just counter the first 5. And oh, you don't have rush. I'm sorry. I can take that hit for free, filter my hand, maybe put a 0 cost there on my last life, and now I can play. You play my game in the sense that I'm playing my aces now, and I can still Raigo you. So you know, maybe keeping that other Raigo would be better for this position, but you cannot be thinking too far ahead. You know, he was being super aggressive towards life, so that's why I discarded Raigo, and I play 4 Raigo, so you know the chances of not seeing more, it is what it is. So you also don't want him that healthy, so that's why I'm like, but here guys, this is a good trigger for him, and I agree with that play, because I was gonna do Raigo, but thank God I have Flampe. If I didn't have Flampe, I was gonna minus 1 card there, so that was good for him. But thank God we have the Flampe. I take the Enel, so now he doesn't have information of what's my last life, and I can just do my Raigo comfortably. And then I pass because I don't want my characters to be rested, because then he can be like 15-8 and I have to let it go. So now it's a battle of resources and also board control. So here he plays Flampe. We're doing the same game. This is hilarious, but this is the mirror match, guys. This is what you do. Alright, so he goes 6 alive. I take it. I'm trying to, okay, so that was I think I'm gonna give away maybe the Neo or the Gedatsu. I think based on my hand, the Gedatsu would be better. Yes. Okay, so he gives me the Kara. He gives me the Kara. That was rigged. I mean, he gives me the Flampe. So I was insane. So now we do the same loop, because it's about board control, guys. It's about board control. But we draw in 2 cards, and then we pay. Now I'm not gonna attack him because it's a 2 life, and I want to stop your resources. Because again, you play your ace, you don't have rush. I can take that free hit, filter my hand. What about if I see another Raigo, and then I can just Raigo your board, and to me, this is really key in the mirror match, guys. Just gotta adapt and analyze different things you can do, but for the most part, it's just who can, manage the resources better. Maximize your effects, maximize your removal effects. Because I have 2 aces, I have a lot of counter, I have Enel, so I can put the pressure in the late game. So now here he's playing his own Enel. That's really good for him because at least he's establishing something. I was surprised that he didn't attack there twice, but he knows the game. Then I can just go full to his Enel and take cards out of his hand. Alright, so we play our own ace, we heal, and we pass. Why? Because he's in the same spot. Okay, now he has an Enel, but if he plays the ace, no rush. If he Rigos, he loses 2 cards. And I have another ace in hand. That's really good for me. That's really good. You saw that I played ace early. He flampe, Rigo me. Okay, that's fine. But that's, it is what it is. So here he goes to 4 life. And I'm like, okay. At some point, you had to make him low. So I go 5 alive. He takes. Alright. I heal. And I didn't attack. So this was really good for me. Okay, so I'm starving him because he still has a lot of cards in hand. So I don't want to give him the more aces. I don't want to give him the more ways to keep healing and build his own board. So right now I have the board advantage. I want him to attack my life. So here he decided to play, he didn't have another ace. So he has to play the Shirayoshi, draw more answers. Okay, and now this is the turn when you start putting pressure. Because why? He has 3 life. If I have a lot of counters so I can defend my board. Alright, this is the time. This is what I don't know if I play a 4 ace. I don't think I have another ace in hand right now. But right now having that Enel is amazing because I can go 5, 8, 10, 10, and 10 again. So I'm eating a lot of cards out of your hand. Because if Enel is a 0 life, he cannot commit a lot of downs to remove your board. So he takes the first hit freely. That's good for me. He takes the 8. Now he takes that 10. I'm like, there's no way. He's taking all those hits. Because I would defend the first 5 for sure. There's no way he doesn't have 1k. So he charges an Enel for leader ability. He takes that 10. He triggers a 0 cost. But he already did leader ability. So that's not the worst for us. We can still do the Enel play. Because it would have hurt us more if it would have 0 cost before doing leader ability. So here we're just gonna pay 7 and sweep for 10. Are you gonna give me 3? And he takes it again. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's not bad. I was gonna like, okay, that's interesting. Now I was gonna like, oh whoa, that's insane. But I'm like, okay, you wanna do that game? Let's do that game. I was really surprised he did that. So I know he eventually is gonna go for my board. And I'm always taking my time in the sense like I need to be mindful because right now you can be like, oh, you have the advantage. He's a 0 life. He has to heal. So he's not going to go big towards your board. But if I don't defend this, I have 2 life. He can go 5 and 10. He can go 7, 5, 10. So I'm just trying to manage my resources the better way. But you can take the hit. It's not the end of the world. But I'm asking how many cards in hand, Don't get cocky, don't get overconfident. You have to respect the fundamentals. Sometimes you can be like, have the gun hand. But I'm defending because I can. Because I don't know what he's going to do. He can try just, And then here it's like, okay, should I? Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing right now. If he goes, okay, so I take it. He's going to choose alive. And I'm like, he can play that ace and choose, maybe I should defend the 6 and the 5. And looking back, that's what I should have done. just to be more comfortable, more healthy. But I'm debating. I'm like, okay, he's not, because I'm like, he's not going for my board. He's ignoring my nail. But let's just, I might choose defend, and you can maybe disagree with my play. And I could have went the other way, just defend the 6 and the 5, and just take the 7 and the 2 10s. But I'm like, you know, what about if he would have goes for my nail that turn? You know, what about if he goes 7 to a nail, 10 to a nail, 10 to a nail? You know. So I'm just analyzing, is it worth it right now? Because I don't want to be a 0 life. And I knew he was going to do that kind of, as I was saying, he's probably going to do 10-10. And I'm like, I'm probably going to let him die. Because now he's probably going to go for my board. I know he was baiting me, and that was a good bait. But like I say, sometimes you have to take the bait because you want to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable because he's going to be at 1 life. And now you can just go full. Now I can be like, I can play another nail the next turn. So if I keep myself at 2 life, it means he has to hit me 4 times successfully to beat me. You know, he has to hit me 4 times successfully to win the game. So that's why I'm debating. I'm like, is it worth it for me to protect that nail or to defend that nail? Because it's going 10 to 7. It's asking me for potentially a 0 cost, trash a card, 3 cards out of my hand. I let it die. It's all about managing resources, and also I have another nail in hand. So why, you know, why don't save your resource? And now we defend the Katakuri, and most likely I'm gonna give in the 0 cost with the Katakuri because I don't think I'm gonna have a time to play the Katakuri. So here we kind of have the same board, but I have the nail in hand, and that's just too much advantage. So I'm debating to go 5 first to take that 1 card out of his hand, or start swing. I want to also text the. I'm debating to. What about if I text the waters? What about if I go 10 first? See what he does. He's gonna take that 10 no matter what, because you have to defend after the first hit, kind of. So maybe looking back, I should have went set. I should have went 5 to light, test the waters, and then swing big. I do the same numbers. I don't remember what I do exactly, but maybe that would have been the better play. Because here, guys, going for board is useless. I don't have any Rygos. If I was able to like go, you know, let's say I have 1 life. I can do like 12-12. He's giving me 4 cards out of his hand. And then I can be like 8 to 7. Probably gonna trash or give me a 2K. He takes that. You know, there's other ways. You know, you can also, but we gotta end the game. And this is what I'm like. I'm going 11. I want your hand. That's what I'm doing. Because I could have done the same numbers, but I'm like, I need to take your hand. So it's going 7, 9, 0 cost. That will be 8, 10, 12. Oh, there you go. 12. I'm just confirm it. This is what I wanted. With 1 attack, I took 4 cards out of your hand. So right now he still has a lot of cards in hand, but I'm like, I want to, you know, if he triggers a 0 cost, he triggers a 0 cost, but I'm still have 2 lives, so technically I might be able to, you know, he has like a Datsu. I just noticed. I remember. Okay, I forgot about it. So maybe, you know, like I said, you can maybe try to kill the nail or go for the board, do a Rygo, but there was no need for that. You have to end the game because we kind of have the same board, and you know, I have to eat your hand. Even if you survive, you had no hand, and I can defend my board and then go for game the next turn. So here going 10, I want cards out of your hand. So right now I have 7 dons. So out of 10, he gives me 11, right? Right now he has 3 cards in hand. So I'm thinking, is it better for me to swing for 5 and play the nail, or swing 5 and swing with A with flambe? That's what I'm debating right now. And because right now he gives me 0 cost, a lot of 2Ks, 3 cards in hand, there's a high chance that those cards are bricks. And also, like, I went for game. So if he's gonna go for game next turn, he has to hit me 4 times successfully. So it's not the end of the world. So I go 5. He takes it. I'm like, all right. Do you have the 2Ks? And he didn't have it, guys. GG. Alright guys, so here we are. Now we're playing against Starter 14 Luffy. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm scared because this leader has a great match against me. And right now I believe we're in round 5. So yeah. Let's see here. So you know, I play the blocker. It's really good against black decks because if he kills it, you heal again. Right here, man, I'm a little bit. I feel good because I have my Enels, and Enels is always good to have because it's a character that is hard for them to remove. It's not impossible, but it's really hard for them. Alright. Yeah, because I think it was 6 rounds. So I think this is the 5th round. And right now, guys, I'm 4-1. The dream is still alive. We're grinding. We take the early hits. We wanna draw more into the deck. So yeah, I decided to kill that, just not to go to 1 life that early, just in case. He was gonna play the Sabo no matter what, but you never know, man. I feel like this leader has the advantage against you because he's a 6k later in the game. His high cost characters are 9 costs if he has a Dawn under his leader. It could be really rough. But playing that blocker early feels great. And now we here, I believe we have 6 Dawns. 6 Dawns. What the best thing we can do? So I was debating of playing the Rocket Luffy and swimming for 6, but I'm like, I might just go for just full aggression because their late game is way harder than Lucci. Lucci, if he sees like three geckos, it could be really rough for you if you don't have answer. As long as we have a way to answer their board, we have a chance. And sometimes that is even said and done because even if you're like Gecko, Karakuri the Gecko Morias, they're still playing a Lucci and a blocker every turn. So he's still rough, you know. But this leader, so I went full in, as you guys see, because I'm like, I want to take that blocker. I want to force you to use your blocker. If not, I'm gonna put you low in life, so I can just rush you down. Because guys, it's just the late game is way harder than Lucci because, like I say, they have a Dawn under the leader. It's really rough. So I'm taking the hits. I mean, it is what it is. I gotta take some hits at some point. I know they some builds plays the Isho, but it is what it is, man. Maybe I could defend there, keep myself at 2 life and play my Enel with 2 life, so I'm more confident. Like I can make my decisions better. But he plays that Jack. I don't have the Raigo. That's really rough. Because guys, some players, they will start with a 4 life or a 2-3 life. So he was being super aggressive towards my life too. So I like that. I like that in the sense that if I would have my Raigo here, it would have been even better for me. Yes, I don't play that now, but I can remove that Jack and just go aggressive towards your life and pull you to 2 life. But here I go to 5. And then I think I went 8 alive, guys. No joke. No joke. Why? Because their late game is just so good, guys. You know, I'm penalizing for blocking that 5k with a blocker. I'm going full in. That's my only chance, guys. That's my thought process. I'm like, if I don't go full aggression, I'm gonna lose the game. I'm a player that I like to control the tempo of the game. I like to grind with black because I have the cards to do it. But look at my hand, guys. My hand is rush. Oh, but I went for the I thought I went for the leader. Okay, my bad, guys. But at the same time, if I did that, it's because he can go 7 alive, 7 with blocker, and eat my resources that early. So, but that's what I was gonna say, that I like to grind the board state because I want to prevent you for attacking me a lot. Because what good players are gonna do, they're gonna attack your Enel twice and then try to kill it. So every turn they're eating 2 cards out of your hand. So that's why I think I went for that Sabo there. My mistake. But if you're gonna see through the game, I was just going super aggressive towards life. But my thought process was like, he has 10 dons, or well, he will have 9 dons, but he can choose like a minus, play a second jack. Like, he can do it. Right now, he can do it. With 9 dons, you can play another jack, minus my Enel twice, like to 2 with Ice Age, and you can jack twice. And at that point, you have a Sabo, 2 jacks, and I'm like, okay, what I do now? You know? That could be really, really rough. So he plays his Gecko Moria. Yeah, right now he has 8 dons. I'm sorry. So right now he has 8 dons. He plays the Gecko Moria, I think. No, he had 9 dons because he put a don on the leader. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I had 8 dons the previous turn. So he has a don under the Gecko. Under the leader. So his Gecko is a 9 cost, guys. Ragu is insane this matchup if they go aggressive towards your life. So here he trashes another Gecko, so that's nice. But look at now. He just, I'm losing on my last life. And I'm losing a card on my hand in the process. So, you play your rush, but it can hurt. You see, I lose a 2k there, and now I gotta trash a card. And it's the bettable one to trash, I trash that, and I'm like, let's move ahead. Now I'm gonna have 10 dons, so I have 2 options. He doesn't have a blocker, so that's really good for me. So I go 5. I think I'm gonna go 5 there, because that's a Kusan right there, guys. That card is so broken, guys. He's a Kusan on play, technically, because you just rest him, and you -4. That's so broken. So I had to. I'm like, oh, you just let it die? Okay, 7 alive. That's why being aggressive also works early, because maybe he wants to like, oh, he's being aggressive, so I need to save counter for my life. But he's a 6k leader, so he can save his resources really well too. So now he only has to give me a 2k instead of 2 cards, and that's really good for them. But he's like, he took it? There's no way. So I'm like, I'm gonna heal, because guys, black can have a lot of bricks. So here, if you guys see, I ignore the jack because he can just defend it. It's more value for me to having a 1 life than attacking the jack, because he has like, at that point, he can just be baiting me to attack the jack and just give me 2 cards. Right now he's at 1 life. I got two characters on board. So we all know he can kill the if he has the cards, he can kill the ace. But if I can keep that Enel alive, I can just put a lot of pressure. But that was that's my thought process right now, guys. Just like go super aggressive. But at the same time, Enel, when you are low in life, there's a thin line where you can just lose the game. That's why you saw me in the previous stream, instead of going, because right now he would have a Sabo on board. He would have a Sabo that he probably could have protect that character. I forgot his name. The whale, he could have protected. I go for 5, okay, 6. But now I was in that turn, I was able to remove that. Here I'm protecting because I want to save my blocker just in case I must need it. And I think I'm gonna give him the nail because I'm thinking to play another ace. Maybe if I'm at 2 life, maybe playing a second nail would be better for me, because it would be hard for him to remove it. So maybe that was a thing. Looking back, analyzing this with you guys, maybe that would be a better play for me, because let's say I can keep myself at 2 life and I play a second Enel. Oh guys, it's looking really good for me, because I'm still gonna have that blocker on board and all that. But I'm defending, I'm moving the game straight forward, because I'm thinking he's gonna, because the thing is, he's gonna attack me and then he's gonna do the jack ability to try to kill that Enel. Oh, and maybe I have to trash a life. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna defend. I still have the blocker. I still have an ace in hand. And that was my thought process. I was prioritizing being at 2 life through the whole game, so he don't just right off kill me, because now he have he has a jack, a gecko that I couldn't answer. You know, that gecko is on board. That jack is on board. So if I don't respect the fundamentals of the game and respect my opponent, he can just go for game at any time. So that was like I'm just gonna prioritize playing the aces, stay healthy, and if you don't play a blocker every turn, I'm eating a lot of resources out of your hand. And they're not always gonna have 3 geckos back to back. And that's the at that point it is what it is. But like if they go aggressive towards your life, not a lot of people do, but he was being super aggressive. He can get away with it because he's a 6k leader, and you have your access to broken cards like Jack and Gecko, so you can be aggressive. But I see a lot of players what they do, they start with a 4. They start with a 4 early, they don't give you that card advantage, and then they just build their board. But if you see, like, let's say he plays the first Jack, I Rago that. Then he plays the second Gecko. He plays the first Gecko, I Rago that. I'm looking good, guys. I'm looking good. You know, Rago is really, that's why they starve you. You know, that's why I really love Flampe. But the thing is, they have answers to everything. Let's say you Flampe your way to 1, they can issue you the next turn. You know, and it's I'm telling you, man, this is a bad matchup, man. So the key is to be super aggressive or Rago everything they play and hopefully overwhelm them in the end. So here's going 7. I'm defending. You have to defend. Don't fall for the bait. He probably gonna just he probably has the answers to remove my ace, and that's what you hope to. I don't make plays choose to hope, but that's one of the things that can happen to any black leader, that there could be a turn that 10 he has the Jack, so it's way easier for him. He has the Jack, so he's good. But sometimes you remove that Jack, now to remove that 10 drop is way harder for them, because if they don't have the Lucci play, you know, it's way harder for them. They have to commit more cards and more stuff, and that's what you want. You want them to use their 2Ks to make weird plays, so in the late game your aces, your Yamato can stick. That's why early you want a Enel or Kata. But here, man, this is why some people say Rebecca needs to be hit, because Rebecca is the card that makes black like insane, in my opinion, because she allows you to do so many broken combos. Right now he plays 4. He gets the well. He plays the well. He has 1 down left. He has Ice Age. So my 10 drop is a 1 cost, I think. You draw a card. You filter your hand in the process. So you play a blocker. You play a Kusan that you can do it on play. Technically, activate May -4. Jesus Christ. You kill my 10 drop. Look at your board. Jack, Gecko, Rebecca, in the well. I forgot the well name. I watched the anime, but I'm bad with names. You know, I'm so sorry. I apologize. But the well is putting the work. So here, guys, I'm like, oh my god, what I'm gonna do now? You know, I have the ace, but he has the free block. If I go, I can go 5 to the well. I think that's my best thing. Or maybe I'm at 2 lives, so it's more. I'm more comfortable to make decisions because I'm at 4. I'm at 4 life. I mean, I'm at 2 life. But let me see what I have in hand. I forgot. Let's see. Cause I'm thinking to play the second blocker and swing big through 2 times to take that Rebecca out. But I'm also debating. Excuse me, guys. I'm also debating. Should I go to? Okay, so I go to 3 life playing the ace. I'm just going big at life. That's what I'm doing. I don't know how many dons I committed. I did it too fast. Apologize. But that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm committing. I'm going to life. I think that's what I'm doing. Guys, yeah, I got confused early. Remember when I thought I went for life? This is the turn I'm like, I don't care about your board. I'm literally going to ignore your board. I'm going to go for your life. You have 1 life. Yeah, give me those cards, baby. He gave me 3 cards. 2 2Ks and a 1K. So I think I went 11. Oh, and then I'm going 10 again or something, and then I'm playing that blocker. That's what I did. I'm like, just gonna go full in. Yeah, give me that blocker. Play the second blocker. Let's go, baby. And I'm gonna save that ace for the other turn. You know? Now I'm forcing you to every turn you play a blocker. Because if I'm able to protect that Enel, it's looking good for me. Maybe I needed to kill that Laboon. I think that's the whale name. Maybe I needed to go for that whale. Because that whale is -4. Maybe that was a misplay of me looking. Like, man, that whale gonna put the work now. Because he can now minus. He can potentially, like. I'm using the blocker. It is what it is. He can potentially, like, try to KO it twice. And that's how he kills it. Because he has the jack. But, man, I needed to take that blocker away because I'm running out of cards out of my hand. And it is what it is, baby. It is what it is, man. Yeah. Because their grind game is way scary than Lucci grind game. I'm sorry. Lucci is to me one of the best deck, if not the best, right? Black is the best color, or one of the best, or the best, if not, right? Whatever. You guys get the point, right? But yellow and Enel has so many tools to compete against them. So if you get me 3 times and I can Katakuri you 3 times, yeah, that doesn't mean I'm gonna win the game because you still playing a blocker every freaking turn in a freaking Lucci, so you can go hard on life. But I'm removing a 9k towards my life. And I remove your tempo. And after that, I can play Yamatos. And I can play aces. I have it's looking good for me. So I'm forced to trash. I lose an ace. That's really hurtful. But now he's good because he can attack him again. And yeah, it's rough. But I think I have 2 aces. Oh no, that's my trash. I'm looking at my trash. So, I'm losing cards. I don't have a lot of cards. It's getting bad. So here's going Nate. Guys, I don't think he's gonna play some. Yeah. I'm playing his game now because he can like try to KO it twice, and I think that's what. Yep, another gecko, baby. I love it. I love it, baby. I was like, only F. Are you playing a blocker? Yes, you do. You playing a blocker. Oh, look at this nasty combo. Look at this nasty combo. This was a nasty combo, guys. No cap. Look at this. GG's, baby. Yeah. Wait, he gets a 2K, right? And now he can play something with Rebecca. I'm like, okay. Oh, you play a Brook. Go F myself. Yeah, I love it. My Enel is dead. He has a freaking blocker. And watch, that's why black is black. Look at that nasty combo, man. Shout out to you, man. You play really well. So, man, I cannot even swing to your leader because you have a Don on your leader. So you're a 6K. I'm gonna go 10. Give me that blocker. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Now, the good thing, he has 2 cards in hand. You know? Oh, no, he didn't commit any Dons to his leader. So I could have went 5. That's good. That's the advantage of he had to use his Dons to... I think so, right? I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I think that was a misplay for us. Or maybe I swing the... Oh no, I swing to one of the things that he played. Yeah. So here I go. He goes 5. I took it. And this is scary. This is scary because I have 1 life. I have 1 life, guys. I have one life, guys. This is scary. Oh my god, man. This is a bad matchup for me, man. This is a really bad matchup for me, man. So here, I took it because I have the blocker. I'm like, it is what it is. Now he's going 7. I need to defend this one. You know, the reason I took the first one because I was trying... I don't know if he has removal for that ace. So I wanted to defend the ace if he goes big, at least once. But he's doing well. He's forcing me. I need to defend here because I will go to 1 life and then he has 2 9Ks plus 8K. And he can just math me out. So here's rough. You know, man. I'm like, it's not looking good, man. Looking no bueno. No bueno. No bueno for me. So here he goes 11. I'm like, that's a 2K. Thank God I have 2Ks in my hand. And then he goes 11 again, I have the 2K. Thank God. But of course, they always have the answer. They always do, man. So painful to watch. Oh my God. But in this matchup, man, just try to rush them down. And if you see Raggles, you're cooking too. If you can Raggle 2-3 times, you take the whole momentum out of them. Because after that, if you have you high end, it's looking good for you. I feel like if you remove their jack, even if they play all these geckos, you're still good. Because it's way harder for them. But look, Ice Edge. Come on, bro. Can you chill? Come on, bro. He's played that 2K. Come on, bro. I'm like, this is over. GG's, baby. GG's. But you know what? His filter. He filtered the hand. No. So guys, this game is about either your opponent have it or he doesn't have it. So the good thing about this turn, he has no blockers. So if I would have an Enel, I can go 8 and 7, but I can still do 8 and 7 because I have a character on board. And believe it or not, that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna die the next turn no matter what. So thank God he didn't have a blocker. So what we do now is, if he has a 2K, we lose. He takes it. I'm like, okay, do you have it or not? Yeah, yeah.
遊びじゃねえんだよ。
Alright, guys, so here we are, the last round of the tournament. I believe we are 4-1. It's been 5 rounds already. We barely won that game. Super hard game. Came down to the wire. But hey, like I said, you need knowledge of your matches, but you also need luck. So I was blessed and lucky to be able to win that one. Here, guys, you go aggressive early. You know, I wish I would have that blocker early, but it is what it is. This is one of the homies, Lazy One, man. Straight to you, man. Proud of you, man. Keep up the great work. Keep up the grind. So here, guys, I believe he trashed 1 gecko early. I don't know if that's 2 geckos. I think that's 2 geckos, guys. And a third gecko. I think he just trashes 3 geckos, guys. So when a Lucci player does that, you're looking downhill. So here, I just want to see more pieces. I want to capitalize that he's trashing his win cons. I still have to worry about the jack, but it's not the end of the world. So I go big alive, trying to put that early pressure, and then I'm going to play my blocker because I believe I have 6 dons. So I went 9 alive, and then I'm going to play that blocker. And that's why the blocker, it can help you in so many different ways. It can help you win games like we saw the turn before. It can help you survive a turn that you needed to survive. It can help you defend your board without wasting your countering hand. So yeah. So right now he has 3 life. He trashes 3 geckos, if I'm not mistaken, so far, and it's looking really, really good for me as a player. I believe I have 1 Karakuri in hand, so if he plays his remaining gecko that he has on the deck, we can have an answer to it, and that's what you want. I believe, shout out to Tristan. I mentioned this, like, he, we were testing, and he wants, if you see a neon curve and then you can just rush them down, you can rush them down. But if they start playing a lot of geckos and they have countering hand and they start playing a lot of geckos and playing a lot of blockers, it can go downhill for you, So here I'm taking the damage. I'm still healthy. I have 1 life. I can use the blocker, and we go from there, guys. Guys, I'm gonna after this match, I'm gonna showcase the pricing of what I got in that tournament. Top 4. We're so blessed to carry our invite. no spoilers, but if you see the title, I think the title is gonna, it's gonna say that, how Enel Control got my invite. So if you're watching the video, you already know what happened technically in the end. So we're gonna showcase after the match, and also I'm gonna put the link on the description, the video of the deck profile that I use. I really love this deck profile. This deck list. It performed really well for me. Here, guys, he attacked me. I'm gonna use lead ability. I wanna keep that in L, be aggressive. Now get that 2 has no value for me, so that's an easy discard. So I'm gonna put in the comments and in the description that now he's playing defensive, and that's what you want. And also yeah, make sure you check it out. I really love that list. Performed really well for me. I'm always making changes to the list, so if you see me on the live stream taking different cards, you don't find a list that you like or you're comfortable with in one day. You have to grind different lists. You have to go try different lines of plays to see potential plays you can do. So I'm always trying different decks, but in this tournament, the deck profile that I showcased, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that list performed really well for me, and that blocker pushed the work. You might see me in the future taking the blocker out, trying different things, because the blocker is replaceable. You can replace the blocker for the Fico Shirayoshi and for other tech cards, because that's why I'm really loving the game, because you get to there's so many cards available to you, so you can always try different things. Like once like a couple of weeks ago, I was playing I Am God, so you can get away with that. You can take different cards, you can have fun with the deck, try different plays. So in that previous turn, guys, I went for life, he countered, and then I went 8 to the blocker. I know he doesn't have access to back-to-back geckos, but I need to respect the fundamentals of the game, and I need to stick to my main strategy. I know Enel is really powerful and you can rush your opponent down, but if you get over greedy sometimes, if they see their geckos, if they see back-to-back geckos and like they have counter in hand, you're not gonna be able to rush them down. Black is just too good to just consistently beat them by rushing them down. Yes, it can work, it can be really good for you, but it's not like you're always gonna beat them. Like if it can work, definitely it can work. Yeah, I've done it. I've seen like Tristan, it's really nice, but when you test and you grind and you go to these different events, you want consistency. And like, yes, it's really nice to just go for life, but if you don't respect his board or his hand size, he can just outgrind you in the late game. Here I was just blessed that he trashes his 3 geckos, that he just trashed the 3 geckos, so I was blessed. But I stick to the fundamentals. I'm not just gonna rush you down, I'm gonna stick to the game plan. And because that's how you win consistently, that's how you can perform really well. But guys, if you enjoy this, if you're enjoying the video, the journey, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I'm always reading all the comments, I'm always replying all the comments. Thank you so much. For most of you, like 99% of you, are always respectful, are always so nice to talk to you guys. So I'm really humble I'm really humble, and I'm really appreciate that amazing love that you guys been giving us to me, to the channel. So we're really blessed to have you. And me and my brother, we always talking about it, like, wow, we're so blessed, this beautiful community. So here it's going 5 alive, I think it's going to the now. But if I'm countering, it's going 5 alive. Yeah, and you have to counter, yeah. Because I keep that blocker in hand because I might play next turn. And I like to keep, maybe I should have given him a 1k there, but it is what it is. Let's see what he does next. But thank you so much, guys, for your support, for your love. You guys have been amazing. And we're gonna keep grinding, guys. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep we're not gonna shy away for any type of events. And your boy Brandless is starting to playing other leaders, at least casually, at least testing, at least on the sim. But you know that I a deep love for Enel. I just love yellow mechanic, and you can compete, man. You can compete. I'm not saying he's the best color, the best deck, but he can compete. And man, I play what I love, and nobody can take that away from me. You can say anything. You can maybe not like the color or don't like the leader, but I'm playing what I love. I'm having fun. And I can compete. But we're gonna keep grinding for you guys. And again, man, I'm just so humble and so grateful for you guys. So he's going attacking to the nail. Again, just defend that nail. There's no need to use the protection right now. Yes, I'm losing cards out of my hand, but I need to defend that nail. I need to keep my board. Here, I believe he has 9 dons. Oh, well, he already used 2, so he doesn't have. Yeah, he has like 7. 1, 2, 3, yeah, like 7. So, yeah. So, just stick to the gameplay, guys. Stick to the gameplay. Okay, so he's killing my blocker. That's not the worst. I have Raigo and I have Lampe, so that's really good for me. And that's how you want to be as a player. That's how you want to be. You want to be healthy. And if you're starving, you want to be at 2 life. And I think Karen real yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. If you have answer to what your opponent does, it's looking good for you. I don't care what you tell me. It's looking good for me because I have answers now. And I can play another blocker. I'm going to do Flampe. I'm going 8 to 6. Give me your hand. I'm going to Raigo your Jack and move on from it. And if you play your remaining Gecko, I'm going to cut that. It is what it is, man. Play Flampe. Draw 2 cards. So we getting that card advantage back. Okay, Isha can hurt, but it is what it is. Yeah, he knows Raigo. And then 5 alive. And then you play the blocker. It's so nice. So nice. Yeah, currently I went to, after this event, I went to like a few locals. I changed my build a little bit. I took out the blocker away. I'm testing the 5-cost Shirayoshi because one of the main things that I was losing against black, it was because consistency. I didn't have consistent ways. Like if Lucci opens broken, it was like really hard for me. No matter if I have the blockers, no matter if I have Enels. What I see through all those matchups, what you need to see your Katakuris and your Raigos. That's the key for that matchup, because you can play Enel early, that's fine. But if they play 3 freaking Geckos, and now it's not gonna matter. So you need to be able to answer those Gecko Morias every time. So if you can cut out 3 of his Geckos and like go for his board and eat his hand, in the late game you have the advantage. Why? Because we have cards like Yamato. Let's say you have him healthy, you have him a 4 life. So a Yamato can kill anything 5 or less, and then you can play. So he attacks here 7. I counter. You have to. You don't want to use his ability yet. So you have the Yamato and you have the aces. Of course, you be like, oh, but you have to see the perfect curve. I mean, Lucci to beat me consistently, he has to see his perfect curve too. So adding testing with the 5-cost Shirayoshi, you just that doesn't mean you're always gonna beat them or you're always gonna see the answers. It's just a luck. You need luck too. It's a card game, no matter how many Shirayoshis you play. But after testing more after the event, my updated list is I took out the 3 blockers, I took out 1 2K, and I added the 5-cost Shirayoshi, the one that draws 3, discard 2, and he performed really well for me too. With this same list, I went to a sweaty locals, 42 players. I finished 4-2. There was one game that I could have went a different route. I was testing different strategies. It didn't work out for me. So shout out to you, man, the Lucci player. He beat me fair and square. And I lost to started at 14 Luffy. I started really well. I was super aggressive, but then he just overwhelmed me in the end. I couldn't keep up with his board, and it is what it is. Like I said, you need answers. You need your Raigos. You need your Katas. And that matchup, Raigo is more important. If you can Raigo early, he was starving me, so that make it rough. And he also plays Isho, so it's kind of like even if I do Flampe, it's kind of hard. But it is what it is. I feel like you wanna go first against them, because when they play at 8-cost, you can cut out the 8-cost against starter 14 Luffy. But after that, we made a few changes, and so he plays that. I defended it. I don't think he couldn't even he didn't have the answer to kill it. Like I didn't have, you know, it was just, yeah, it's just too much. At this point, it's just too much. Here, I'm just going 7 alive. He blocks, and I go 7 again, and I'm playing that Katakuri. And now I have 2 characters, a blocker, and potentially I can play my ace. I have my aces. I have another Enel. I have Yamato. It's looking really, really good for me. And now we know that he don't at least for now, he doesn't have access to another Gecko because he trashed 3 of them. So guys, like I say, I'm always trying different builds. Technically, I should have went 5-0. I finished 4-1 because of the time rules. But he decked out. He did Khalifa, draw 2 cards, and he had no more cards remaining. But the ruling was that he didn't lose because of that, and so because of that he just won because of time. But I could have went more aggressive my previous turn. So technically the deck performed amazing, and the list was the 4 cost Shirayoshi. You know, the 4 cost Shirayoshi, the 5 cost Shirayoshi. I just added it. Hey guys, I really like everything else. I missed the blocker is really good. I would try to make room for the 2 cost blockers, but I'm always changing my list. But this list, man, is consistent. You guys can see through the games. It's really consistent. The blocker can put the work, but consistently you're not gonna be a black player with your 0 cost blocker Shirayoshi. You're gonna be your Lucci players like consistently if you see your answers, your Katas and your Raigos. You know, put more Katas. To me, it's really important to remove that Gecko because okay, they might stay with the Jack and do remove whatever, but if they don't have access to that 9k swing towards your life every turn, you're looking good because then you can Yamato their lower cost characters, you can ace, try to raise ace their board, you know, rush them down with the aces, and if you establish an NL, you're looking good, you know. And that's to me, I make that change where like, okay, I'm gonna go even more consistent because if Lucci opens broken, you're gonna lose. It is what it is, guys. It's facts. Their high roll game is better than yours. If you miss there, okay, so I feel like we go, you know, back and forth. Of course, the Gecko is just insane. It's way better than Okadas because Katas just take care of one problem. With Gecko, you are removing something, establish a 6k character and a blocker. But if I can Kara, and then Yamato and Ace, it's looking good for me in the long game, even if you have Jacks. So here, just trying to look pieces from his deck. But guys, he has 4 life. He plays the Khalifa after. I think he drew it after the Sabo. So stick to the fundamentals, respect the game, play the Yamato, kill the Khalifa, heal, go 6 alive, 7 and 8. You know, it's just so rough. It's just so rough for him. You know, because he doesn't have, even if he plays like a Stussy or a Kai, you know, Isho can hurt. There's other cards they can play that they can hurt. But Gecko is like the most broken one, you know, like, oh my god, because if you can like just ignore the Stussy or ignore the Isho, you can, you know, at least you can, you know, try your ways to like, you know, I think Isho, if Isho sticks, it can hurt you. If Isho sticks, it can hurt you because of the minus thing. But you know what I'm saying, like, if you can remove those Geckos, man, you know, you can like gain the momentum in the late game because we have that ability that allow, because in order for us to maximize our lead ability, we need to control their board. And there you go, man. GG's. He just give it up because look at my board. I have an Enel in hand. Look, it's just so rough. It's just so rough. Look, I have an Enel in hand, so I was gonna go even more aggressive. For maybe he's just gonna die the next turn. But guys, thank you so much for your support. But wait a minute. I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna showcase my pricing that they give me a few days later because of the hurricane. They didn't have the pricing that day. But Lazy One, shout out to you, man. Thank you for trying. It is what it is. I already had the board advantage. I had everything. And man, this is how we got our invite to Nats, man. Enel Control is the way. All right, man. We're gonna keep grinding. Let me showcase the pricing real quick for you guys. To wrap it up, guys, I also wanted to showcase my reaction, man. Look at my reaction, man. So humble, so happy, man. Really love you guys again. Thank you so much for your support, for your love. Look at me, man. I cannot believe it, man. I'm so speechless. You know, some games, you know, God was in our side. We got lucky, but look at me, man. We did it. I'm so happy. I'm so excited, man. I just want to say, believe in yourself. You know, chase your dreams. No matter how many times you go down, keep going up. and it's so rewarding, man, because I know a lot of you love me and give me love, but there's a lot of people that hate us, man, for no reason, just hate on Yellow or hate on myself because I'm a loud person or something. I don't know, man. Some people just don't like me, man. It sucks. But look at me, man. My reaction, I'm so happy, so excited, so humble. It's just the grind that I put into the hours, and also the God bless me, man. I got lucky in some games, and if not all of the games. So God guide me, man. But again, man, thank you. I'm gonna showcase the pricing now. The pricing before we wrap it up. But I just wanted to showcase that quick reaction because, man, and tell you again, man, thank you for your support. And man, just do what you love, chase your dreams, and give it all. Give. If you love something, give it your all and live with the results. If I would have top today, it is what it is. We keep grinding, we keep testing, and we go to the next one, to the next challenge. Life is a marathon. It's more days, so be grateful for any days you get. Be grateful for every day you get a new day to breathe, to share with your loved ones. That's John, man. He gonna keep grinding, and shout out to the community. But always push for more, push for greatness, and no matter if you do good and bad, just be grateful that you're alive and you have another day to do better the next day. So let me showcase the pricing to wrap it up. Thank you so much again, man. Woo! We did it, guys. Insane, man. Alright, guys, so before we wrap it up, this is the pricing that we got. 4 plays, man, out of 64 players. Store regionals, amazing journey. Let's open the packs. Let's see if we can pull anything crazy. I'm really looking for like alternate art, Rocket Luffy, or I'm missing one ace alternate art. So hopefully we pull it, man. Wish me luck, man. Let's see, baby. Okay, I'll take a porch. Maybe she has some Trevally in the future. Who knows? I think Ray is getting some support, like a searcher. So hey, Ray is a deck that if you see everything, man, it can in a good day, man, it can go crazy. Like, hey, it was in the finals on the nationals. Okay, so Ray, you can definitely compete. And guys, this is one of the things that I want to say is like play what you love, have fun. Yes. Get black is man, lead it back. It is what it is, man. Black is the best color. Get Komori is one of the best, most broken cards right now, with Rebecca and all those combos. And yeah, like if you want to give your best chance, I mean, I guess you can always go with black. But man, there's a lot of things that can compete, man. Don't shy away from things that you love. And if you learn your mechanics, your matchups, and you have good fundamentals in the game, you can compete if your deck meets those requirements, like it's meta, competitive, it can compete, it's consistent, man. Go for it, man. It was a Rayu, man, in the finals of our nationals, man. So that goes to showcase if you have a good day, man, and you're a great player, man, anything can happen to you. So believe in yourself, man. I was the only Enel, man, that got top 4, so that was a blessing, man. That was insane, man. That was a dream come true. But let's keep grinding, guys. Let's see what we get. Can we get that on Ami? Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, man, a chopper. I mean, I checked out the pricing. It was like $35. So that's not bad. But we're going to showcase the sleeve and open the last event pack. Man, again, congrats to all the players that went there and give it your all. Always keep competing, keep grinding, keep learning. And to all the players that top, congrats. And anybody that was there, man, congrats, man. I'm really proud of all of you. John top, I think 14 plays, beat Dragon Cat 6. He had the same record as me, but he finished 6. So I was just blessed to have a good tiebreaker. But it is what it is, man. A second chopper, man, that's like $70, man. We take it. Thank you so much. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Take care. Have a good one. GG's. I love it.